Greetings, Oxbow Creek students, staff, and families. Welcome to a new week. This week we have our last night of conferences. Let's listen as we celebrate our students who have really reached some high accomplishments here at school. I am here today with Ella, and Ella is in 2PI. We are going to share some wonderful things that she has been doing that it's just really melting my heart, Ella. So you have a big heart. Your teacher sees this all of the time. It actually hurts you when other people are making poor choices.
Yeah.
But you don't just leave it at that. You step in to help.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little about what you did when your class was having some challenges at recess?
Well, my friend didn't have anyone to play with at recess, so me and my other friend went and asked people if they wanted to play with her. Most of them said no, so me and Hannah decided to go down in the compass room one day and talk about it, and we figured out a way to include my friend.
Oh my goodness. Everyone wants to be included, don't they?
Yes.
I love what you said at the end of that. Recess is fun for everyone when you act like a community. Thank you so much for being such a proactive problem solver, Ella. Keep up the good work.
Okay.
I am here with Ellie, and Ellie is in Mrs. Neville's class. I am reading all about what makes Ellie wild about learning. She has grown as a learner, you participate all the time, and you show your teacher how important your learning is to you, even when something isn't your favorite. Tell me a little about math.
Math is hard for me, especially subtraction. I have trouble with subtraction and division, but multiplication and adding isn't that bad.
Yeah, that's pretty common, actually. Do you know that? How do you show that it's still important to you? What are some things you do?
I like to try to think if I can do this problem, I can probably do the next problem, even if it's a little harder. I can always ask for the teacher's help if things are, if I'm just not getting the right answers. And I can,
That's a key part that you just said. I hope everyone heard. You can always ask for help from your teacher, even when things are challenging, right? Excellent. And that's how you stayed so positive and focused in distance learning, even attending all of your Google Meets and showing up at those optional Google Meets, right, to get that math help. And then I have to share this part because you did all of that hard work. You showed up to the Google Meets. You were there for optional meets to get additional support. And then your last test, how did it go?
I thought it went pretty well, even though there was a couple of really hard subtraction problems.
It didn't just go really well, it went pretty awesome. You nailed it. And all of your hard work was exactly what you needed to succeed on that. Great job. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody. I am here today with Selim and Mrs. Benner, who are going to help me discuss the wonderful things that Selim is doing in her classroom. She is able to show that she is engaged in distance learning all the time, and she brings some fabulous qualities to her classroom and adds to discussions and has this unique ability to make the entire classroom have an even better learning experience because of all of that. Mrs. Benner, tell us what you've noticed with Selim.
Well, yes, Mrs. Munson, thank you so much for letting me highlight Selim today because she has been a dynamic force in our classroom because of her communication skills and her collaboration skills. So Selim, will you tell just the people out there at Oxbow what makes you such a good communicator and what makes it you work so well with others?
It's because when I was in kindergarten, I didn't have a lot of friends, and I didn't really speak to anyone. I was like a very, very shy. But when my mom in first grade when my mom told me, well, you need to speak up and you need to, you should play with other people. I started speaking up and talking to people who were sad and didn't have any friends. And then we started playing a lot, and it just made them happy and it made me happy, and we love just to play.
And how does it help you, Selim, when you get to work with others in your classroom? For instance, you're always anxious to go into those breakout rooms. What makes that successful to collaborate and work with others?
It's just so fun to work with other students. It's fun to teach them things that they don't know so they can tell you and other stuff.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for all that you do in our classroom and for what you're teaching others out there.
Selim, thank you so much for being here with us today. I loved learning about you and hearing a little about your family as well. It sounds like you've got a family that is really dedicated to helping others, and you are following right in those footsteps. And you've started by being a great help and a contributor to the classroom. Nice
Selim,
work.
if you still have that book handy, will you show that book really quick? In the month of February, I've challenged my students to read to me. And this is the book that Selim has selected to read to me in the month of February. Take note.
It's called 28 Days, Moments in Black History That Changed the World.
An important book, and I learn a lot from her each day.
Thank you so much, Selim. I'm going to get that book for myself. Keep up the good work. Oxbow Creek Elementary presents Did You Know? I am here today with Raquel, and Raquel is in Mrs. Collins' class, and she studied a very important person she'd like to share a little information about.
Barack Obama.
Barack Obama. And what is so important about Barack Obama?
That he used his voice to bring people together, and he made people that don't have money to go to the doctor go for free.
Yes, he did. He did some very wonderful things, and I love how you said that. He used his words to bring people together. Do we have the power to do that too? We can do that. I hope we all learn from him. Thank you, Raquel. I'm here with Eleanor in Miss Olson's class, and she's going to share a little about a famous dancer. What's her name, Eleanor?
Misty Copeland.
And tell me about Misty Copeland. What was so special about her?
She loves pizza, and she writes books for kids and adults. And she started at 13, and she was a prima ballerina at 17.
Oh my goodness. So she started dancing at 13 and became a prima ballerina by 17. That didn't take her very long, did it? She is really an exceptional dancer, and she did some other wonderful things with her life, including writing books. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much, Eleanor. It was fun to learn about Misty Copeland today.
We did some research about Bessie Coleman, and she lived from 1892 to 1926.
Bessie overcame discrimination to become the first Black woman pilot.
Bessie was inspired by the Wright brothers. She wanted to learn how to fly, but no pilots in the U.S. would teach her because she was a woman and she was Black.
Bessie went to aviation school in France. She passed her test and became the first Black woman to earn a pilot's license on June 15th, 1921.
Despite being famous, Bessie still couldn't get a job in aviation when she returned to the U.S.
Bessie became a stunt pilot to earn money. On May 1st, 1926, Bessie crashed while practicing stunts for a show and died.
Thank you guys for sharing today. Is there anything else that you've learned about Bessie Coleman that you would like to share with us?
Yes. One fact was that her dad left her to join his tribe, so it was just her and her mother. And in the whole U.S., there was no woman pilot, so she had to go all the way to France just to learn.
That's some serious dedication, isn't it?
I have something else to say too.
Go ahead.
That she was very poor. She was very poor with her mother since her dad left.
She was very poor, and yet she worked really hard on something that was very important to her and accomplished quite a lot in her lifetime, didn't she?
She
Yes.
never gave up. She was determined to get to where she wanted to be.
Thank you so much for sharing with us today. I really appreciated the opportunity to spend time with you and Mrs. Kirsten, and especially learning about Bessie Coleman and all of her accomplishments.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Shadow, wake up. Don't go to sleep yet. It is not bedtime. And remember, we have bedtime stories. You want to hear your bedtime story first. Hey, Oxbow friends, have you had a chance to listen to any of the bedtime stories this month? Remember, Mondays through Thursdays, 7:45. Go to our webpage and click on the link for the meet to join. This is our last week. Remember, though, it's so good. We can keep reading and love reading all year round, not just February. Last week of Shadows Challenge, too. Make sure you turn those paw prints in. Happy reading, Oxbow.